Oh my God, you guys come and sit down and shut the door. There is another crazy update coming from the Coldplay couple. You know, the people that the whole, at least America, but I'm about to say the world knows what happened at the Cowboy Play concert. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were looking at the CEO saying, oh my God, are you that stupid? You had to resign from your position as CEO. Your wife is about to take you for half of everything you own because there was no prenup. Literally, the head of HR was hugged up with you. I do want to say one thing, right? How hugged up were those people and swaying and looking in love that out of a concert with 50,000 people? The people with the light looked and said, them, they embody everything we feel whenever we hear Yellow from Coldplay. But forget all that because, baby, there is a new big loser. Y'all, do you know that the woman that was hugged up with the CEO, do you know that she just married into the oldest and wealthiest family in Boston that are worth about 15? Do you know that she fumbled
Present,
generational wealth?
and no
She
longer has a
fumbled a
voice who will
legacy,
pursue
and what's
justice for
more,
her
she exposed
accusation.
herself as maybe a
As
shameless
of the
little
taken
hussy.
against Diddy,
Because here's
no
the thing.
expansion of the
We're about to get into
investigation,
what her
no
family's,
isolation orders,
history,
no
and by
equipment
family,
access,
I use that
no
term
suspension
loosely
of attorney
because those divorce
communication.
papers are on there. And I am sure there are plenty of mistresses waiting in the wings. Because one thing we know about old money families, baby, old money means you can get a new mistress wherever you want. We've all heard that the upper crust likes to swap and turn. Do you not know that you need to cheat and do it respectfully? The hell is wrong with this woman? And she's about to be unemployed. She is out on, so that means they just wait until they can fire her so she can't. Her husband's about to kick her out. And on top of that, the one thing old money families fear is public shame and humiliation. And she bought that all one. Now let's get into this because honestly, I truly don't understand. But let me tell you about Miss Cat. And I use that term loosely because she's probably going to snatch that last name from her. You know that she's only been married into that family since somewhere around 2022, maybe even 2023. Okay. So you haven't even been married long enough to get any real money and any type of spousal support. And usually old money families, their prenups are ironclad. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think she's probably going to leave penniless. On top of that, I think the family is really, really upset and they might be trying to destroy her. But get this. Do you know how she met her husband, right? So she was married to another man. In 2020, while she was married to another man, she literally joined the advisory board for Privateer Rum. That's how this family makes their money, the alcohol brand, right? But 6 generations in, she literally started as the advisory board in Pirate Rum. Now, something happened with that marriage and she decided to file for divorce. And then, very soon after filing for divorce in 2022, I believe in 2023, she married one of the heirs to the Privateer Rum fortune. Now, after she got married, right, she went on to do her own thing. She wanted independence. So, what did she do? She went into astronomer, whatever that company is, and she started as the H of the head of HR. And what did she do? She started sleeping. Well, I assume they're sleeping together. They're definitely hugged up. She started going to romantic Coldplay concerts and being hugged up with the CEO. Now, we do not know the nature of their relationship. They look like they were very cozy. And as Chris Martin said, they're either really shy or they're having an affair. But all jokes aside, this woman fumbled the bag so much. I think she might have a mental illness. I don't understand. Why did she do it though? Why did she do it? Did he cheat on her and she wanted to feel pee? Why did you just got married? You should still be in the newly What is going on? You got divorced in 2022 after being on the advisory board and catching that CEO's attention, who was the one of the heirs to the fortune, and now you're with a new company, a new CEO. But up to your old tricks, girl. Well, hussy, we got your number. Y'all, let's get into this because I swear you cannot make this up. On top of that, I will say one thing. She is done with that family. Because I was like, well, maybe her husband is like forgiving. Maybe he's like, we'll work this out as a family. No, because this is directly from the New York Post. They said the HR exempt and co-play cheating scandal married into one of the oldest, wealthiest families in Boston. The Cabots speak only to God was the actual quote. Now, I don't know much about Boston. I don't know much about the Cabots, and far be it from me to want to disgrace their legacy. But do you think that the Cabots were the ones that gave all this information to the New York Post. Because who the hell is walking down Southeast and South Boston, South in Boston,
present,
and
and
somebody's
no
like,
longer has
"Hey,
a
do you know
voice
the
who will
cabbage?"
pursue
Yeah, yeah,
justice for
yeah.
her
But they
accusation.
only see the cab. I
As of the
can't even
Aiken
do a
against
Boston
Diddy,
accent.
no
The
expansion of
cabbage
the
only speak
investigation,
to God.
no
You
isolation
really
orders,
expect us to
no
believe
equipment
anybody in
access,
Boston is
no
walking
suspension
around
of attorney
saying that.
communication.
Cabbage, shut up. I got it. I guess. Anyway, they said she married into one of the oldest and wealthiest families in Boston. Where is it at? The allegedly jilted husband touts his family lineage as a sixth-generation owner of the long-standing rum brand founded by the original Andrew Catt. Does anybody drink Cabot rum? Not. I'm not a rum drinker. I don't really be. I mean, unless it's absolute used to be Shiro used. Unless it's like a name that like I've known for a while, but I don't know. It sounds familiar. You know, when I first heard her last name was Cabot, I was like, the butter for Cabot cries. And everybody was like, no, dummy. The rum baron, I literally thought it Cabot cries, like, you know, the butter they sell at Costco's. Those I said the butters. Oh my God. But you know, that's why you got to do your research anyway, right? They said the Cabot fortune uh has transcended generations and was estimated 200 that's 15.4 billion in 2025. It's not clear when Christian and Andrew got actually married, um, but it's at least the second marriage for both. They said the previous divorce was finalized in 2022. Again, listen, I'll tell you one thing. One thing she can do, because people like to listen to anyone, she should go on TikTok and tell how she bagged. Not one, but two. See something tells me, even though she is still using her profile pic for 20 years ago, they both were. Because when you look at their old work profile pics, I don't know what was she doing. I don't even want to know what she was doing. Probably Diddy level stuff, but consensual. Anyway, they said Kristin, sorry guys, they said Christian, her now deleted LinkedIn account showed that she has served as an advisory board member at Privateer One. See September 20. That's probably how she met her husband. Property records showed that they bought a $2.2 million house on the New Hampshire coast. Damn. Earlier this year, the Cabot family is one of the original Boston Brahmin clans that controlled New England for centuries. A club so old, waspy, and distinguished that the Irish Catholic Kennedys are left out in the cold. Okay, so clearly her husband gave this because why are you giving us your family lore? But we love to see it. The family made its fortune in suit known colloquially in industry circles as black as carbon black, a key ingredient in car tires, and dates back to New England for 10 generations. The family members have been behind a slew of businesses across New England, including a run company. The family patriarch, Samuel Kitt, kickstarted the family's fortune by marrying Elisa Perkins, the daughter of a wealthy merchant trainer. Okay, he clearly gave this background info, but that's okay. The family is so well known in Boston. It's said locally that the Cabbage speak only to God, as a local poem goes, and this is good old Boston, the home of the bean and the cod, where the lost talk only to the cabs, and the cabs talk only to the god. The Cabbage of yesteryear were seafarers of merchants who partook and in the slave and opium trade in the early 19th century. I knew you don't get 15 billion by slinging rum, 'cause I ain't never seen cabbage rum in the club. I'm just saying they share portions of their largest over the years. Anyway, the husband, I'm assuming he sourced the New York Post
present,
article,
and
wants
no
us to
longer
know
has a
that
voice
he
who will
ain't no
pursue
average
justice
ninja,
for her
and she
accusation.
fumbled the bag. And you
As
know
of the
what?
Aiken
I
against
gotta
Diddy,
agree with them.
no
This is
expansion
one
of the
messiest
investigation,
cheating
no
scandals
isolation
ever,
orders,
but
no
she
equipment
did fumble a
access,
bag,
no
and for
suspension
what?
of attorney
Another
communication.
woman's man. Oh my God, that he ran and hid and didn't even protect her. But you know what? That's none of my business. But we will be following this story closely. I'll talk to y'all later.